Alright, so I'm going to talk about writing equations. We're doing this with our ratios. And so let's just say I said, we'll say there was 24 boys and 12 girls. Alright, 24 boys and 12 girls. So the first thing we want to do is make a ratio table. And I'm going to label this boys to girls. And I noticed that 24 and 12 are related to each other. Okay, so first thing I want to do is simplify it all the way down. So I'm going to say here I have 24 boys to 12 girls. And I know that 12 goes into both of these. So to get me to one girl, I'm going to have to divide by 12. Alright, I have to do the same thing with the boys to get me there. So that's going to be 2. And I just want to fill this out so I can get a couple equivalent ratios. Keep this whole table proportional. So I'm going to say, well, if I said 2 times 3 is 6. So if I multiply this number by 3, I have to multiply this number by 3. Let's say I did 12 here, so let's do 15. So I'd say 2 times 15 is 30. And then 1 times 15 is 15. And let's do one more. Let's say 20. 2 times 20 is 40. And 1 times 20 is 20. So now I have a table full of equivalent ratios. So if the ratio of boys to girls was 2 to 1, all of these are possibilities that could be in a class or in the area where they're at. To write the equation, I need to look at the relationship. So how are the boys related to the girls? How do I get from the boys to the girls? So I want to think about the relationship. Okay, well, my boys, to get from boys to girls, each one, I notice, to go from boys to girls, I notice I have to divide by 2. And to go from the girls to the boys, since it's the opposite thing, I have to do the opposite of this. So I'm going to multiply by 2. Alright, and with my relationship being that, then I can make 2 equations saying if I knew the number of boys, I would take that and divide it by 2 to give me my girls. Alright, so these would be my equations. Or I could say if I had the number of girls, then I could multiply that by 2 to give me the boys. This is the beginnings of algebra, and it's a pretty cool thing for me to show you guys this. So let's use this equation to solve a problem. If I had, we'll give you the number of boys. So if there was, we'll say 100 boys. Okay. So if we had 100 boys, this B stands for boys, the G stands for girls. Those are variables. They are letters that stand for the numbers. So if there's 100 boys, then I would use what's called substitution and take this 100 and put it in the place of the boys, and then I just work it out to get the answer for the girls. So 100 boys, I'm going to use this equation divided by 2, because that's what my equation said. I take the boys, divide it by 2 to get to the girls, and that would give me 50 girls. So if there were 100 boys, there are 50 girls. I could take examples from the table and plug it in. Boys, if there are 24 boys, divide that by 2, I get to my 12 girls. 30 boys, substituted in, divided by 2, I get to 15 girls. So to do this, you need to make a table, look at the relationships, and then you can write your equations and use them to solve.